Well. So I stumbled across this YouTube video on my algorithm. I guess they had recommended it to me. So basically, it was a bunch of women under one video, and the video was about an hour long or so, I guess, maybe 30 minutes, I don't know. Basically, explaining how hurtful it is for men to never ever approach them like that. And they want to be desirable and they want to be the approached one.
I have a lot of gorgeous friends, okay? Everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Can we talk about how we are not the woman that's like ever approached in the friend group? More specifically, how you internalize it, how you deal with it. You know, because it's hard for me to believe that I'm the pretty girl when I'm out and men don't approach me. Not out in public. I for the most part, I've never approached, just to keep it a buck. And I don't care how many times my friends tell me I'm pretty. People at church tell me I'm pretty. When it's all said and done and I'm in a room with them, I'm never seen. And it's kind of hard to deal with. How do y'all deal with it? Do you talk to your homegirls? Do you just internalize it? Do you talk to other people? Do you just ignore the feelings? Like,
these are my thoughts. You can't not study for a test and then be surprised when you get an F. You can't not go through how brutal medical school is and then be surprised when you're not a doctor. No, you can't take shortcuts in life and then be surprised at the outcome. And I am constantly preaching this on my page. At the end of the day, I noticed some common denominators with all of the women coming on the screen and sharing their stories about how men just don't find them desirable and men don't approach them and they are the ugly friend, I guess. In their words, they said ugly friend. I was watching a lot of the videos and the girl even said, like, the guys, they only approach the pretty girls who are in shape and they're petite. And I'm like, okay, so if you know that, then why don't you do the math? Why don't you go, if 1 + 1 = 2, well, then let me do the steps it takes to get to that equation. It's like they say it out of their mouth, but then you're not doing it. So that's what I personally don't understand.
I'm 6 foot even, I'm dark skinned, and I have a lot of meat on my body. Nobody's. I hang around 5'3" to 5'6" bitches. A nice smile, brown skin, nice body, little petite bitches. Nobody's ever going to approach me when I'm with them. Like, let's be for real about the situation. But it's definitely an awkward feeling to be the only one standing there scrolling your phone while everybody else is having a conversation around you.
I couldn't help but to notice the common denominator with every woman that kept popping up video after video after video. They either had one of these issues or all of the above. So it was either 1, they were overweight, 2, they were unattractive, or 3, they just had a very weird look. Yes, I'm using the word weird because the more weirder you make yourself look, well, then people are not really going to be drawn to you. For me to be specific, what I mean is some people just do entirely too much extra stuff to their looks. For example, way too many tattoos, way too many weird piercings, like things that make them look freaky. And I noticed that a lot of the women that come online and they have this like kind of like almost like an incel experience. It's either, like I said, they have this weird look, they're unkept, or overweight, or all of the above. And I mean, it really doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that the person that you want to target you is not into that type of look, which is men. Well, we know that they're not into that freaky, weird look. They like the girly girl, you know, normal, clean, simple look. But yeah, that is just something that I would see a lot online is like you have a very strange look. Not really anyone in this video specifically, but I'm saying like outside of this video, I didn't have examples, I guess, but that's something that I noticed. But what I will say, in every video, every woman was overweight that was complaining about this. And it looked like they were about morbidly obese. And there was a few where it's like, okay, their face is pretty, I'll give them that. But if you have a pretty face and a bad body, the body is gonna override the face every single time. I'm being honest. And I'm about to play a video in a sec because this guy literally explains what I'm about to say. Women will see these videos and be like, oh girl, you're beautiful. One day a man's gonna like you for you. And a man actually came on TikTok, responded to all of these videos, and he was so kind about it, very kind, and honestly just offered constructive criticism. And he said, well, you know, us men, we're visual creatures. And the reality is, if you don't have your body together, your looks aren't together, and so on, we're just not going to be attracted to you or drawn to you. But it's just the way he said it was so kind. It was so much compassion. And he even added in the end, he said, listen, you have a lot of women in your comment section right now, and they're coddling you and they're telling you, oh, you're beautiful and you're this and you're that. And he said, do not listen to them. They're going to hurt you in the long run, and it's not going to do anything for you. And that's basically what I am trying to say in this video.
I'm out and men don't approach me.
Fear not. You are now experiencing what majority of men go through on a daily basis. And for you, this is an out-of-body experience because you're seeing your friends get treated in a different manner. But I'm going to treat you like I treat the homies that have this same thing going on. It's the way you look. It's your body. Men are visual. So if a man doesn't see anything that's pleasing about you, he won't approach. And you're not a bad-looking woman. It's just simple facts that the body does attract. This is not to have sympathy or empathy for men, but it's just let you know that you're being hit with the reality check at the moment. And let me tell you something else. Those women in those comments that you got, they're not helping you. They're just going to steer you down the wrong path. A diet, a good, clean, nutritional diet in the gym will help you. This is what majority of men feel like. It's time to do the work. No excuses.
So I actually want to point out this comment under my video that I read, and I really like this comment, but basically they tagged me and said, I really appreciate people like you, honest and straightforward, because those who enable and allow people to live in denial are actually doing far more long-term damage to unhealthy people than just stating the cold, hard, raw, honest truth, and then allowing the person to make a decision to either improve their life for the better or stay miserable and in denial. She said, I feel like the people who enable overweight people are those who don't want the person to shine and stay stuck so that the attention and praise stays on them. Say what you want, but I had many friends like this. You are my type of person for sure. I try to be the same way, honest and blunt. Those who get it, and appreciate it. And I really just love every bit of this comment. In every video that you click, and I might seem like I'm being brutal, it's what you kind of need to hear. It's what I needed to hear. And I had responded and basically said, like, yeah, you know, when I wasn't at my best, looking back, I would hate for girls, you know, to tell me, yes, girl, slay on. Like, no. When I wasn't at my best, I had a very close friend tell me, like, hey, you know, you're getting kind of chubby. Let's get that together. And I really, to this day, I appreciate that friend and I thank that friend because that is a friend. If people see you at your worst, and if you are morbidly obese, then you are at your worst because that is not a healthy state for you to be in. Period, point blank. If people see you in that state and they're still encouraging that behavior, is that really your friend? But I can't imagine looking back and I was at the pounds that I weighed and my friends just encouraging me to stay like that and get bigger. That's not doing any service for me. That's harming me. But when I was given the truth, I was able to level up. The reality is, men are not approaching you because you do not look approachable. These women are using the word ugly to describe themselves. I don't like that word because ugly gives the vibe that you are doomed, right? Anyone can become attractive if you put in the work. You can't not put any effort into your appearance and then complain that society is giving you a reality check, basically, and treating you how you treat yourself. So kind of like what I said with the analogy with, you know, you can't just not study for a test and expect to get an A+. It's the same exact thing. You can't pretty much neglect your appearance and then come online crying that men don't approach you and that you are the ugly friend and your friends are always getting more attention over you. Well, yeah, because your friends are putting in more work. They put in the work to receive the benefits and the rewards and the fruits of this life. You did not. You cannot take shortcuts. And A or B. Put in the work, you get the results. Don't put in the work and don't get the results. But it was like video after video after video. Every woman was morbidly obese. And then they try to do this thing where they don't really show their whole body. I'm sorry, but you know a woman is morbidly obese when she's not even showing her whole entire body. I'm not gonna lie, when I take pictures, I am so in shape. You can see my entire body. I am overly extending my arm when I take pictures because I want y'all to see. But I will say, in my personal experience, I am a woman who is on the opposite end of that spectrum. So when I go out, I feel like I have a lot of pretty privilege. I get free things, especially when I used to go to bars. And I will be honest, I had a friend who probably could relate. And I'm gonna give a little story time. So with my best friend, it was a point in time where she was not leveled up, okay? When we would go out, it would be me putting a lot of effort into my appearance. I would have my hair to the nine, makeup to the nine, heels on, dress on, like the whole entire, like, yeah, I didn't play, right? But my friend, it would take her like 15 minutes to get ready because she didn't put any effort. And this was back in the day. So guess who got more attention every time we went out? Men treated her like she was literally invisible. And they would always talk to me to the point where I actually started to feel bad. And I was hoping that she wouldn't become jealous of me because I really was getting all of the attention when we would go out. However, my friend went through a level up journey. Basically, she started putting in more effort into her appearance. So she lost a lot of weight. She was in the gym daily. She learned how to do her makeup and just put herself together. She looks amazing now. She completely transformed herself. When we go out, we take the same amount of time getting ready. We really put effort into our looks. During that time, after she leveled up and she started putting more effort into her looks, when we would go out, we would evenly get approached. Guys would approach her, guys would approach me. So that's it. It's literally just 1 + 1 = 2. And it's like, with these videos, they're saying it out of their mouth. They're saying like, hey, yeah, so my friend over there, she's really pretty and she does her makeup, she does her hair, and she takes care of her body and she gets all the attention. Okay, bingo, boom, stop talking. That's your answer. Put in work in your appearance so then you can get the results. Do not listen to women who are going to coddle you and tell you you are beautiful just the way you are and you're 300 pounds. That right there is not your friend. That is your enemy. She hates you. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry. I have a history in the healthcare industry, and that's why I get so passionate about the topic when it comes to weight. I understand all of the health issues that comes with being morbidly obese, and I would never wish that on my worst enemy. And that is why I am starting a weight loss series. This is another thing too that I don't like. Women, when they get overweight, their boyfriend, their husband, or whatever will tell them like, hey, yeah, you got to go hit the gym. You know, you're gaining a lot of weight. And what they do is they cry about it and they bash him and act like he's abusive. That man is not abusive. He loves you. That's love. Because people who say things like this to you, they understand the backlash that comes with it. But they love you so much to the point where it's like, I don't care if I look like the villain. I'm going to say this to help you. It's really simple. Put work into your looks, and then you'll get the pretty privilege. And if you don't, you won't. I don't think anyone is ugly, but people do make themselves unattractive by not putting in any effort. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, this was the woman I was referring to when I talk about women coddling each other. If someone is 350 pounds, they look like they haven't showered, they look ashy, they're showing up on the camera with a headscarf, don't then override that and then tell them, oh, you're beautiful the way you are. And you know what? Screw these men. Because the person for you, you know, they're going to want you. The person for you will naturally gravitate towards you. You can't kick your feet up, not do anything to enhance yourself, and then expect, okay, I want this like fabulous partner to fall on my lap. No, you're going to have a Risa Tisa situation on your hands because you are going to attract what you are. If you are Dusty, you're going to attract Dusty, period. If only you knew how men feel about morbidly obese women. It's literally disturbing, but that's another video for another day that I will get to. And that one is going to trigger y'all. So this lady right here is an enabler. She's a coddler. And this type of advice is not doing anything for you at all. It's just keeping you in that same depressed place.
I'm Rhea, and you don't know me, but I wanted to stitch your video, and I just want to tell you something today. You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You are enough. You are worth it. You are amazing. And I don't care what anybody says or thinks or anything. You got to get a confidence, a true confidence in yourself to know that I'm worth this. And just because men don't pick you out of your friend group, that doesn't mean that you're not worth it. That doesn't mean that you're not gorgeous. That doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. It just means that they are not the ones for you. Because when a man sees you, he gonna see all of you. When a man wants you, he's gonna want you for you, not because you're portraying to be somebody else or anything like that. He's gonna want you because you are you unapologetically. And that's what I'm trying to say here. And I can say this to you because I once was like that. I once had that mindset. I once had that perspective about myself. Then I had to think, if I don't love me, how in the world do I expect for somebody else to come in and do the same? No, you got to be confident in you. I'm a fine Black educated woman. So what men don't pick you up and they pick everybody else up in the friend group? They ain't for you. And that's okay. It's going to take a special person to love you correctly. See, the thing is, when you out with your friends and stuff, that right there, everything you just said, it shows. It shows. You can see when somebody's confident.
So everything she said sounded so good to hear. It really was pleasing listening to this, honestly. However, when those women get done listening to her little rant about how people should just accept you for who you are, even if you haven't showered, guess where those women who are complaining are going to be after they listen to that? In the same spot. But the friend that's going to tell you, okay, I think the reason why you are not getting approached is because you are making yourself look unattractive. You're not taking care of your body. You're not taking care of your face. You're not taking care of your hair. You're showing up on the camera any type of way. With that friend is giving you solutions now. And then you can take that, work on yourself, and then level up. But everything that she said, you listen to it, you're in the same place with the same results. It felt really good, it did, but you're in the same place. And what I will say as a woman who is on the opposite end of that spectrum, like I said, everyone probably wants the benefits that I get, but no one wants to put in the work that I'm putting in behind the scene. No one wants to exfoliate their body in the shower weekly. No one wants to sacrifice their pleasures. Do you know how hard it is to deny myself? It's hard, but in return, I have a very nice body in return. In return, I'm getting approached. No one wants to spend 45 minutes to an hour taking their sweet time doing their makeup before they go out. Basically, you get the point, because my beauty routine is so detailed. We would literally be here all day. Like I'm taking vitamins, collagen, retinol, all the steps, drinking my water, measuring my water. I don't drink like that. I don't smoke. Anything that will harm my appearance, I avoid it, basically. Long story short. Like, the discipline is insane. I'm in the gym 5 days out of the week, cooking from scratch, buying all types of greens to get my greens in, my juices in, and I'm taking vitamins. I am tracking my calories. The details that I do to keep myself up to the nine is insane. Little details like that are so hard. But in my head, I'm thinking about how amazing my body would look. So I'm putting in a lot of sacrifices in order to look good. I can't just roll out of bed and then in 10 minutes I'm ready to go out. Any baddie that you see, she put in a lot of work to look like that when she goes out. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody just wants to skip that step and then, 400 pounds, take me as I am, the right man for me, he's gonna find me. No, you know who's gonna find you? Legion is going to find you. I'm not being funny when I say this. Like, I'm being dead serious. Legion is going to find you if you keep yourself in that state. That's the only man that's going to find you. I think everyone has the potential to have the brain of a morbidly obese person. For example, I would love to eat 2 boxes of donuts right now, but my discipline won't let me, and I would rather sacrifice that in order to look slim and look good. And there's some people where it's the opposite. They would rather sacrifice looking slim in order to indulge in 2 boxes of donuts. So, being slim is hard. Being morbidly obese is very hard because of how you get treated in society. So it's like, choose your hard. And I'm really emphasizing weight because every last one of those videos that I was watching, they were all morbidly obese. They all had the camera trying to show their face. Like, I don't know why bigger people do that. If you're big, go ahead. It's either one or two. Show your body when you get online or lose the weight. Because you hiding it is not fooling a single person at all. We know what you're doing, and it screams, I'm insecure, I don't like my body, so I'm trying to hide it. If you have to hide your body, something is wrong there. If you don't feel proud about your body, something is wrong there. And I don't know why people stay in such like a doomed state. You can fix that. Like, everything you're dealing with is fixable. And I'm not talking about people with health issues. For the whataboutisms in the comment section. Go watch my video on signs you need to lose weight, because I think I mentioned that. I said, if you are like hiding your body or you don't like certain parts of your body, that is a sign you need to get it together. Because me, as a person who is in the gym all the time and I put in the work in my body, I love every inch of my body. I really wish that for every woman, honestly. Work on yourself. And you get the, oh my God, all the guys are approaching me. I'm that girl that's desirable. Or don't work on yourself and don't get that lifestyle. But every time a woman comes online and she talks about how something in her life sucks, I can literally answer the question for her. Because at the end of the day, it is your life. That's your experience. And if you're experiencing that, it's something you're doing to experience that. You are the common denominator of your life. No, because the girl literally said the answer. She said, all the guys always approach the petite, in shape, pretty girls who take care of themselves. Being petite is not easy. As a petite woman myself, I'm a size 0. 0,002. But I put in a lot of work to maintain that body. But it's worth it.